Hi everybody, it's Anbarani. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Reality Buzz TV. So listen, you guys, we're doing the review of episode 5 of Izingane Zesthembu. And we are going to talk about what happened when Usne is having a sit down with her friend, which I like very much. I like that friend, Kasne. And I'll tell you why I like that friend. And I'm also going to talk about the scene Mpilo with her mom. That just, I think what I like about that scene was just seeing Mpilo spend time with her mom, but the story behind why they had to have that sit down, it's like not going anywhere. So Usne is with Unokubonga, who's supposed to be her friend. She says Unokubonga was her friend from primary. Listen, Unokubonga doesn't tell us much about her life, but it does. It gave me the impression of Unokubonga just seemed to have her things to a little bit more together compared to Usne, but she would love for Usne to do the same. And she speaks from a very matured place compared to Usne, because I'm just assuming that they are the same age since they were in primary together. So listen, you guys, she does talk about the issue that she's having with her siblings. Apparently she wanted to learn to drive, and Mpilo wouldn't teach her to drive Usne, because he says, what car are they going to use? If they're going to use the van, he's the one that pays for the van to be fixed. So why should he use it to teach Usne to drive? So Usne decided that she's finally going to go to a driving school. I've always thought that it would work better for her to just go to a driving school, but I also feel like Usne, she needs affirmation with her siblings care about her just as much as they care about the other siblings. It's something that she needs. They do care about her. So I felt like it was just another attempt at wanting to see, are they going to help her to get the license? Remember, even when they were doing driving lessons with Dulwandle, I thought, why are they doing it? Because, it's very difficult to maneuver a relationship with your siblings without having to have your sibling be the one teaching you to drive. And it's very hard to learn to drive. So I didn't understand why she wants Dulwandle to do it. So, and then she talks about how she feels like the other siblings look down on her because she and Arafundile. And listen, you guys, I want to feel sorry for Usne, because I feel like Usne, I understand that she's not feeling at home, She's feeling displaced sometimes when she's with family, but she doesn't feel like she belongs. But when it comes to Usne and education, I just feel like I don't feel sorry for her that much, because Usne had a baby, could have gone back to school and finished school. She can even go back now and finish school if she wants. So that my siblings look down on me because I'm fundile. Hamba phela uyofunda now if ufuna ukufunda. So it's, for me, it's like, So, but I guess her feelings of feeling like they look down on her are valid, because I do feel like they look down on Usne. I do feel like they don't respect her, and maybe that's because now she doesn't behave like a big sister that they need, and so they don't feel like they need to respect her. Then this friend asked a very important question, which was, Usne, what is your plan? Because you is a grandma at this point, and you must have some type of a plan. Usne is like, I don't want to lie to you, I don't have I did appreciate the honesty, you guys. Instead of saying, I want to start a tuck shop, it's just that, listen, me has no plan, okay? So the friend was saying, listen, see, there's so many things you can do now. There's social media, maybe sell something. And Usne is like, the thing about selling, I guess Usne is like me, because but when you say to me, sell, and recently I was called to an interview, but part of the job was there was a sales thing situation in it. It was a good job with a good salary, but the thing that made me not want to even go to an interview was, a big part of it is like convincing people to buy the product, even though your salary was not going to depend on it. But I was like, no, I don't want to do that with my life. People must buy what they want to buy. I'm that kind of person. I'm kind of that person. And long time ago, I went for a job interview when, long time ago, you guys, and we did these interviews, whatever. For some reason, that couple was not telling us why we were doing the interviews, and then later on we found out that it was a promotion thing. And some people do well with promotions, but I've always known this is not my thing. I cannot convince a person. I mean, I will convince you, no, don't buy this thing, really. It's not good. First, it's expensive. Here's another one that's cheap. So I get her when she says, listen, when it comes to selling, I'm not that thing. And also when it comes to like collecting money, people now are not paying me and all of that. But her friend was saying, listen, it's so much easier now with social media. I do feel like, you guys, there's an opportunity for her to make money because now she's a celebrity, she's known. Maybe people, if she had to sell some, let's say she does t-shirts or whatever, sweaters, whatever. There are people that will buy the product. If she said, for example, I deliver around Durban, people will buy the product just so Usne will deliver the product and they get to see Usne. Sometimes people will just buy the celebrity products for that. But anyway, you guys, she says no. And then she goes back to talking about the game and the games that they had, the games night. She says, listen, we had these games, we were playing games, and it didn't end well, and I ended up swearing at them. And then the friend is like, so what's the plan? Are you going to apologize? And she still insists that she's not going to apologize. And I still don't think Usne should apologize, you guys, because I feel like if she apologizes, then they must also apologize to her for the things that they said. I feel like though that night was a games night, she played a game, people didn't like it, no. Maybe for swearing at them, she can apologize for, but for what she said in answering the questions during the game, I don't think that she should apologize. And then her friend was like, listen, but when it comes to Abantu Bagini, it's not like people that you can just say, you can get rid of. So you have to make an effort to work things out. Also, these are your siblings. Your father is not going to be around forever. So what will happen when he's no longer here? And he's not that person that holds you guys together. So you have to make an effort to apologize. Listen, you guys, I like this friend for Usne. I liked her. I don't know how close they are. I don't know if they just took a random person that knew Usne and they pretended that person is Usne's friend. Because I kind of feel like Usne looks like somebody that just hangs around people that go to parties and stuff. They're not focused and all of that. So I hope that lady is really Usne's friend. Okay? But then, I guess Usne is just somebody who inspire shake at all. We thank the show, guys, because otherwise Usne wouldn't have jobs. So at least they're doing the show. We know for sure she's making money from that, you guys. She's even able to take a child out. Remember, they went shopping that one episode. So we also do get Mpilo and her mom, or Tobile, the other Tobile. Now, you guys, here's the thing. Mpilo of always wanted that she still visits him last. She gets there, stands by the door. Ebiza Umawa calling her mom so that they could go to the picnic. I'm like, guys, I don't know, but I feel like, go malume, guys, like go malume, go malume, futhi makusakhona ugogo. The way you love that house, the way ngithanda ngakho go malume, guys. And also my kids. There's no way that my kids can go to my mother's house and stand by the door and say, Mommy, they want to see my grandmother, buy a kitchen, buy something, So the way that she was at that house, I was like, I wonder if she was below uyavakasha laphayana ngathi I understand the camera is not going in because maybe the agreement was that they were not going to go in, but her not going in, waiting by the door for her mom, I was like, lona ngathi sometimes ngiyambona ukuthi why bethu uyayisitshela. So her mom walks out wearing a yellow dress naye like her mom, like Mpilo. By the way, Mpilo does look like her mom a little bit. So they said she just wanted to hang out with her mom. And I think they went to the Botanic Gardens. It looked like the Botanic Gardens where they were having a picnic. And so you guys, listen, they are looking like they have a good relationship. I think they do spend time because they didn't look like they haven't seen each other in a long time. Even in their conversation, it didn't sound like that. So I guess they do spend time together. But I questioned whether... do I say Mpilo? Whether Mpilo does visit nje eMlazi and text indawo yaseMlazi as kubo or komalume. I don't know, guys. So then, they start talking about Ndaba Sibongo. He says, listen, this thing has been going on for 24 years now. I need to know what's going to happen within Ndaba. Yes, Bongo. Are you still at the same place you were with Dad when it comes to that? What's going to happen? So Umawake finally explains it, you guys. I really do honestly feel like Ugogo at the time when they were paying Inhlawulo on TV felt the pressure because of the cameras. And remember how Makumalo was putting pressure on Ugogo to accept Inhlawulo that they had, and also to say that it was enough and to give them permission. If we are being honest, you guys, yes, Ugogo Mpilo did give permission for the surname to be changed, but if you go back and watch that episode, which I did recently, there was so much pressure from Makumalo for her to accept Letlawulo ababeyifuna. They wanted more, but uMakumalo even called uGogo to the side, wamthethisa ukuthi kahle kahle kuzoba yifault yenu if ukuthi uMpilo ends up angasishintshi isibongo nina, and uGogo ended up giving in and accepted. Okay, but uMpilo explains ukuthi yeah, ubaba did pay Inhlawulo, but if ingane izoshintshwa isibongo, you need to pay Inhlawulo and then you need to pay ilobolo lengane. That is what your father didn't do. Now, back then, his excuse was that he doesn't talk to his exes. That's the reason he didn't want to talk to me. But the thing is, my mother is not his ex. So at any time, your father could go to speak to my mom if he needed clarification as to what my mother needed. Okay. Now, he ran away from that whole situation. He never went to speak to, I understand he didn't want to speak to me because I was an ex, but he never went and spoke to my mom. That is Umseleko. Now, you guys, Mpilo says, but Ugogo gave permission to say we can change the surname. Then Uthobile says, listen, as far as that is concerned, I'm not going to speak for her. Then you will have to ask him. I really honestly feel like Ugogo felt the pressure to do it at the time. Maybe afterwards, the family, uncles and whatever, they were like, no, why did you do that? Because this man just only paid Inhlawulo. And also remember, Makumalo was very offensive that time because she was busy talking about inkomo kamama, ingazuhlangana nenkomo kamama, saying Mpilo's mom was not a virgin when she met Umseleko, so they're not even supposed to pay leyo nkomo leyo. Angazi ukuthi Thobile wayekuphi Thobile lala noMseleko to know ukuthi Thobile was not a virgin. I don't know, you guys. Then she does mention something that is interesting, Thobile, when she says the thing about your father is that he always says ukuthi uyindoda yelokhuzana yamasiko, but for some reason this one akayazi. Okay. You know, because umuntu othanda amasiko, this one was there. This is how he was supposed to do it. The fact that now, because of this is what I've been saying with Musa. He uses tradition when it suits him. When it's against him, then it's tradition. Because then how come he doesn't know that you don't just pay Inhlawulo? Anyway, you guys, that was the sin. I feel like Mpilo, honestly, you guys, this thing is not going to work because his father is so prideful. And also, I've said before, I feel like for Umseleko, there's a benefit to Mpilo not changing the surname, because he said that if Mpilo doesn't change the surname, then Mpilo won't get anything. Should anything happen to Makumalo, Mpilo won't get anything. So I feel like he's just dragging it now because he wants to use that at some point. I don't know if he's planning to, exitisa uMakumalo, but there's something there, you guys. Anyway, that was the this part of the review. Of course, you guys, I think it's nice to see Uthobile or Mpilo, because I've always wondered, do they have a relationship? Do they talk? And every time that Mpilo speaks and she's referring to her mom, she's always referring to Makumalo, to a point where sometimes you forget that she does have her biological mom. But yeah, so this was nice to see, you guys. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Like it before Pumegona, share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Ngine thanda kakhulu.